The world's top bicycle maker says the era of made in China is over. How about that for a headline? Bloomberg. That's a headline on Bloomberg right now. The bicycle company Giant, you probably heard of them, very popular. The Giant Manufacturing is moving U.S. orders to a Taiwan factory. The chairwoman says the company acted swiftly on Trump's tariff threat. If you look at this article, you see that Intel's considering the same thing, as well as a bunch of other huge companies. It's amazing how quickly, Will. Maybe quicker than I could have even imagined or would have. You know, I talked in the past, I'm like, man, you really got to appreciate when you go to China, you see the supply chain, you see the manufacturing, you're like, man, something's going on over here. How do they make it all happen? What's the mechanics and things? And then you get people saying, oh, they'll just move this production to the U.S., Foxconn, Wisconsin. And you're like, I don't know, man. You're like, I don't know. Football's on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at the Raptors parade. You just can't picture it here in North America. But what surprised me is how quickly these companies based in Taiwan specifically can just take it and go, oh, 25% tariff? Yeah, we got, what, factories? What do you need? What do you need, a phone? What do you need, a bike?
Yeah.
We still got Taiwan. You know, it surprised me how quickly they could just shift things over, including Bonnie, too, here, the chairwoman. She had no problem. She's like, look, it's a little bit of a headache to move our operations over there. And in the meantime, I believe in this article, she says they got to ramp up. They got to get extra production. How about that for a quote from Bonnie too? Look at her with the bicycle. Like she's spicy. She's active. For an older lady, you can see she's out on the bike. I mean, I'm not calling her old. I mean, she actually, staying young actually, as far as I'm concerned. So, you want to come on the show, Bonnie? We can talk about, Anyhow, look at this quote. We started moving before he shut his mouth. She's talking about Donald Trump. What? Mid-sentence. Later. It's too easy. It's scary that they could just distribute this thing. They could just move this production around that rapidly. They're also setting up a factory in Hungary. Like, it's just, the world is shrinking, it seems. And maybe because of efficiencies and training and equipment, possibly automation, maybe transporting some of these operations not as complicated as we originally thought. Maybe we're destined to see a distribution. Again, a quote here from Bonnie. The world is no longer flat. Borrowing from Thomas Friedman's book, whose title is a metaphor for viewing the world as a level playing field for companies and trade. The concept is no longer affordable in every place. They just put all their eggs in the China basket because the Chinese are very capable. Now, the trade war is basically forcing people to rethink their entire global sourcing strategy. So she's saying all this stuff. The company's stock, you see what I did there? Those of you that are just listening, the arm went up in the air. The company's stock skyrocketing, 9.8% on Monday. Their willingness to quickly steer orders away from China is you can apply or you can what am I looking for here, Will? You can associate the growth and the jump in their ability to do that. And you can catch a graph on the original article. If you want more information, you could go check it out on Bloomberg. But it's a showcase. I chose this particular story because of what it indicates here. Now, a bicycle is not a smartphone, but Foxconn, huge smartphone maker for Apple and others, based in Taiwan. So I chose this article because it's evidence that this can happen. It's evidence that the customer has a ton of power in this negotiation, in this conversation. The destination of the product and the tariffs at the destination dictate the behavior of the supplier. The world is full, apparently, of potential suppliers in different geographic regions. even those that have huge operations currently in China appear to be unfazed given the potential here of this tariff. They're unfazed. They just go, okay, we move it along. We keep it moving, you know? And there's all kinds of consequences for this, Will. From a geopolitical perspective, you didn't know this was a politics show. We'll just give you the 101 here, you know? It's just an overview. But just keep this in mind. When you're thinking about this negotiation, you're thinking about companies like Huawei, you're thinking about your next smartphone, keep this in mind. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that could influence your next purchase in these departments. And you could see increases in costs as well. You go and you move the bike over here, maybe it's not a 25% tariff, but maybe there is a slight increase in cost. Same could be said for your iPhone. You might expect that price to go up further from where it currently is. It's quite possible, just because of the headache.